back to our channel. Our channel, isn't it?
Our channel.
Yeah, our channel. My name's Leah, and this is my
Emma.
gorgeous girlfriend, Emma. Jumping the gun.
Can I speak?
Yeah.
Yeah. You've already
What was
introduced me.
that?
The cable.
Oh, God. Okay, so the reason for this video today... well, Emma broke her leg.
So it's been an exciting week.
Well, ankle, actually.
Yeah, it's not my leg. I keep saying my leg.
I
You
say
keep
my
saying
leg.
my leg. Well, technically, it's my leg.
Part of your leg. So we thought we'd tell you about it because it was horrible, and I thought we might as well share this little experience that you've had.
Mm-hmm.
And then we wanted to sort of like post a question to you guys. So let's explain. So last Saturday.
So last Saturday we were we had a nice Saturday planned. We was going to have a movie in the garden. You've got a projector that was going to have out, and we've got a nice day bed being delivered, and it was a really, really nice sunny day. So that's what was planned.
Yeah, I was mowing the lawn, done the front. I was about to mow the back. And if you know me, you'll know that I'm not a massive fan of mowing or
But
gardening.
you worked really hard to do that lawn, didn't you?
Yes. I look like a bag of poo, by the way, just today, but that's okay. Right. So.
I went out onto the front.
Yes. Well, you just got here.
5 minutes, yeah.
5 minutes. And I'd said, I want to get some fizzy pop for later.
I offered to go.
So you offered to go to Home Bargains down the road.
And you were like, come into the front. I don't know, you told me to come into the front with you, to follow you behind us. I don't know what happened. It was all just a blur.
But all of a sudden...
So I was behind you. You
just
were
slightly behind me.
And then I tripped over like a uneven ledge in the garden, and I was down, screaming in pain. So so basically there's like grass, and there's a little wood plinth, and then there's slate. Yeah, so it separates. It's like a border.
Yeah, a little border. Yeah. So you were stood next to me, and then I heard this like pop or this crack.
The thing's, I'm not dramatic at all, so I don't rarely show any pain.
Oh my God, she screamed.
It was really
really bad. Now, how painful would you say it was?
Worse than childbirth.
How many children have you had?
4. 4. So a broken bone is officially worse than childbirth. So that's my opinion. Never want it to happen again.
No, it was awful. So first of all, we thought, it's a bad sprain. But
I heard the crack.
And
you heard the crack. But you said, oh no, it was the piece of wood.
Yeah.
And then I started thinking, was it actually the piece of wood? But I heard it. It went through my body. So... But you were just trying to convince me it was the piece of wood that snapped. And I actually looked on the path to see if anything had broken. Yeah. And there was nothing broken.
Yeah, but the thing is, right, so I think I wasn't trying to convince you. I was trying to convince me, because I nearly passed her.
So she's not very good with bones, blood. So luckily there was no blood. There was just a bone issue. God. So you looked white as a sheet. So I'm here lying on the floor, can't get up, obviously a broken ankle, and I'm having to ask if you're okay. Yeah,
because I was like sweating and I was pale, and I really thought I was going to pass out. So I said, do you want me to go and get, what did I say? Do you want me to get some water or Coke? I said Coke, didn't I? To like a sugary drink. And I came in and put my head between my knees. In order to stop myself from passing out.
That's why you took so long getting the drink.
Yeah. And painkillers.
Yeah. So I had some painkillers.
That helped.
Frozen peas, which I didn't keep on my knee because on my ankle, because it would just hurt so much.
Yeah, you were in so much pain. So we were like, how are we going to get you to the car? Because, well, first of all, we weren't sure whether you were going to go to A&E.
Yeah, so originally I was going to go and sit on the sofa and just see how it is.
Yeah, and see if it swelled up.
But then we quickly realised that it started to swell up.
Yeah, and you couldn't put any weight on it at all. Oh, God, it was so awful.
The attempt
to
get me up into the car was a lot.
We had to put a bin down, lie the bin down, so that you could lean on the bin to get up.
Yeah. It worked.
I mean, it did work.
After a few attempts,
awful, wasn't it?
Yeah. And then getting in the car.
Yes, then we had to get
and then going all over the bumps in the road.
Oh, God,
that hurt a lot.
So we finally get to the hospital.
Remember what you did when you got to the hospital? So she got me to the hospital, went to go and get a wheelchair.
Yeah.
I got into the wheelchair,
Yeah.
absolutely fine.
Everything great.
My leg was kind of like, it wasn't in the way or anything. And then you're going over like the bumps, which can't be helped. That hurt a lot. We get into the hospital and you can't go in because of COVID restrictions.
Yeah, so A&E, we got
to the entrance of A&E, and then you go smack right into the side of the door. Luckily it was my good foot.
Could you imagine?
And then the lady that was at the door taking temperatures, she just gave you the most awful look.
Yeah.
And she was like, "I'll take her from now."
Yeah. So I just went shopping for a couple of hours.
Yeah, you had a nice afternoon.
I did have a really nice afternoon.
I
didn't, because all I could think about was the snap that I heard.
Not that you was worrying about me. Or
yeah, no,
just
that
snap.
you broke your ankle. Good. Yeah, the whole time I was thinking, that broke.
You just need to put it to the back of your head.
And then you said, because we were texting, weren't we, throughout, and then you said, like, the x-ray. So you talked, what happened at the x-ray? You said, oh.
So when you have an x-ray for a broken bone, which I've never had before with a broken bone, because it's the first time that it's happened, you have to put the bone that's being x-rayed in all different types of positions so they can get several x-rays. So when it's broken, it's really, really painful, because you have to literally just so with my ankle that was being x-rayed, I had to twist it in certain positions. And then the lady, she wasn't the most sympathetic person. And yeah, that was very, very painful.
Yeah. And then they confirmed that it was in fact
broken.
So next steps were,
I was in a boot.
Yeah,
and say was in a boot. I've got a boot, which I should be wearing more than what I am at the moment. But they told me I need to kind of wean myself off it. So today has been the first day that I've been able to put a little tiny bit of pressure on it. So I'm not meant to drive. I'm on strong painkillers where I can't drive as well.
Yeah.
So it's been a bit of a traumatic week, hasn't it?
It has. And I think, my thoughts were, I hated seeing you in pain. So if we'd have had children, let's say we met ages ago, and you were having all these babies,
yeah,
I don't think I would have coped.
No, I don't think you would have.
I think I would have passed out at the first hurdle. If I'd have I think I would have just passed out the minute.
Because of the blood, or because I was in pain?
No, just that you were in pain.
But I would need you there.
Oh yeah, but I would have been because I would totally be the person that falls on the floor, pass out.
The person that faints.
And then everybody rushes to my attention while you're like, "Hello, I'm having a baby."
She just wants the limelight,
No,
don't
it
you?
isn't that. I just can't stop it from coming. So as soon as something bloody or it's the thought of pain, as soon as that starts to hit my head, I have this really horrible fuzziness, and I do go pale. And you saw how pale I went.
You were pretty pale.
But I can't stop it.
Know.
I don't know how to stop it. And then I go really sweaty, and my ears start ringing, and then my eyes start to close in.
I'm like that with blood.
Oh God,
I'm really bad.
How are you going to be a nurse?
I don't know. I haven't thought that through. I haven't thought that through yet. But so I'm fine seeing if someone bleeds or something like that. Then I'm sorry.
How did you just get the spot exactly on it? So I've got a bruise.
I'm fine with blood. If someone's bleeding or it's absolutely fine. It's when there's bags of blood hanging up. If someone's having a transfusion.
Oh, I'm alright with that.
No.
That's weird. No, I'm okay with seeing blood in a bag, fine. But if somebody cut themselves and you could see bone through it, no.
So did I tell you about the time when one of my exes was having a blood transfusion?
No.
So she was nearly, yeah. God. I had to walk out the room. I couldn't. I wasn't expecting it to be hanging up there. When I walked in the room and there was this massive bag of blood just hanging up.
I can do that. I think because Dad was in hospital and he had blood transfusions and stuff. So did Mum.
Yeah. And
I've seen it. I'm okay with that. Urine, poop, sick. I'm good with all of that. Anything involving bones, dislocation, if your oh my God, if your ankle had gone like this, I would have been on the floor. You would have had to also check my ankles because I would have gone down.
Broken yours
yeah,
as well.
probably, because it was so I can't cope with that. I can't believe that you broke your ankle and I was feeling that bad. And it was just, it was just a broken ankle, not just a broken ankle. It was sore,
Right.
But
I've gone through 32 years of my life of not breaking any bones. So I think I've done pretty well, seeing how clumsy I am.
yeah, I've done you are very clumsy.
I'm worrying now that I'm going to break more bones now because of
No.
it's happened once.
Well, if you do, you'll be okay. That's the other thing. Like, this is so far, you've done 5 days and I think you're healing quite well.
Yeah.
The bruising, I'll have to put in a little photo here of the bruising.
It's really bad.
It was bad. Your ankle was so swollen. And
it still is.
Yeah, it's still
It's still
swollen.
really swollen.
It's got like loads of fluid on it, but apparently that's good for healing. Like, it's a healing.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
It just makes you realise, like, literally, I was absolutely fine 1 second, and then the next, like, it just literally just changes everything.
Yeah.
And like things like that can just happen.
And
so
don't get us wrong. Like, we
it.
get a broken bone is a broken bone. This isn't comparing it to anything else. Not like other things that can go wrong, and but things do just happen. It shows the instantaneous,
and it could just change everything.
Could do, yeah.
Like, I just thought to myself, like, when we got home on the Saturday evening, like, how much I was struggling walking in this cast with crutches and how much pain I was in, that I just don't ever want to take for granted, like, something, like, so small that you don't think of every day of being able to walk.
Yeah.
Because I'm so independent, and not being able to do that and having to rely on other people for help.
Like, and not being able to bathe and all of that. Like, you had a bath the first time the other day, didn't you?
Yeah.
What, yesterday was it?
Yeah, and it was
this, you were well happy, weren't you? Like, I've never seen someone so grateful for a bath. But we, I think we wanted to sort of talk about it because we haven't really filmed any vlogs. But also, when you said this is worse than childbirth, I thought that would make a really good future video, but not just questions from me, because I think I'm going to ask questions from somebody who's not had children.
Yep.
But maybe we could get questions from other people to ask you about childbirth.
Yeah,
because you've
I
had
think that's a good
twins
idea.
as well.
I have. So I've had twins. So I've had 1 natural birth and I've had 2 C-sections.
One of which was twins.
One of which was twins, yeah.
So you've had a lot, like, you've got a lot of experience.
So I've experienced different types of births. So my first, I was induced with her. So I've never, up until that point, I didn't go into birth. So they induced it, and obviously then it happened through drugs. But obviously I gave birth to her naturally.
Yeah, but we should talk about this in another video for sure.
Definitely.
Because I think it would be easier for you to answer questions, because I think you've got a lot of knowledge.
Yeah.
Just by doing that.
Yeah.
But also, because I've never done it and never wanted to, I've got lots of questions myself.
Yeah.
And I want to sort of be grossed out a bit.
Do you?
Yeah, a little bit. I bet it is a bit gross. Anyway, we'll talk about that on another video. But
I think because I've experienced like different types of births.
Yeah.
And also I went into birth naturally when I was 32 weeks with the twins. So obviously I had that feeling of knowing what it was like to be in labour with them until they managed to stop it through drugs. And then I ended up being blue lighted in an ambulance, and it was a lot of drama.
For somebody who doesn't like drama, you've had a lot of drama.
I've had a lot of drama.
Like your ankle breaking and then blue light. Yeah. What was that? Oh, it's really
There's a lot of things that have happened in regards to like birth, and I feel like I can relate to lots of different people because I've had babies that have been in NICU. So if they've had kind of like poorly babies or premature babies, and I've had C-sections, I've gone into labour early, I've been induced, and so I've had it all.
She's done it all, lads and lasses. So if you've got any questions, put them in the comments section to this video. I'll also ask a question on Instagram, and the Instagram and all of our socials actually are down below in the comment box. So go and check that out. If you haven't already, please subscribe, like this video, and we'll see you in the next one. That's the ending. See you later.
Thanks.
Bye.